I'm Stephanie Molina in Kingsville, learning what led to the death of a baby found in a Walmart trash can. I'm talking to police.
Baffin Bay pushback. I'm Michaela Chavez downtown. I'll take you inside Tuesday's City Council meeting where community members and anglers fight to protect their home.
I'm Victoria Valderrama in Beeville. Following the floods in the Hill Country, firefighters here are focused on training for emergency water rescues. I'll show you how they do it and what they learn.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Chris 6 Sunrise. Thank you so much for waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. What a fantastic Wednesday. Good week so far. Hopefully we have a trend going on. We're going to be checking in with our meteorologist, Julia Quade, who's looking at both the weather and the roads if you're just heading out the door. Hey, good morning, Julia.
Good morning.
Hey there, good morning, you guys. And yeah, we are looking at a warmer trend here forecast-wise. We're going to look at hotter temperatures coming in beginning by this afternoon, and then that could extend towards our weekend here in the coastal bend as well. Before we go ahead and get into that, let's first go ahead and look at our current conditions on our roadways right now. Things are moving well, heading on Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga. Maybe just a little bit of median speed that you're going to approach just a tad bit throughout portions of SPID as well as on Saratoga this morning. Heading on over to Flower Bluff. Things are moving well on Waldron Road and on Flower Bluff Drive. Just a bit of a mixture of a medium to slow speed that you're going to see once you get a little bit closer over towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi. Other than that, again, on Flower Bluff, things are looking pretty well for the start of your Wednesday morning commute. And then taking a last look here on the JFK Causeway going to and from the island. If you are leaving the island, you'll start to see a little bit of a medium slowdown throughout portions of the JFK Causeway. But heading to the island, you're looking at pretty clear roadways heading on that direction for you this morning. Now, in terms of your forecast, again, looking at hotter and breezier conditions ahead for us by the time we get towards this afternoon. More details we expect on that front. My full forecast coming up.
Julia, thank you for that. We're going to be checking back in with you in just a little bit. But first, the fight to protect Baffin Bay made its way to the Corpus Christi City Council. Neighbors from Kingsville attended Tuesday's meeting to protest a groundwater desal project. The plant would pour its waste into Baffin Bay. Neighbors who showed up were filled with concerns over environmental, economic, and even cultural impacts in the Kingsville area and Riviera areas. So many are asking for an environmental study to be done by a third party before moving forward with the project. Neighbor News reporter Michaela Chavez spoke with some of the neighbors who showed up, and we have her story coming up in our 20 minutes of nonstop news. The City Council also approved the first reading of the rezoning in parts of the Hillcrest neighborhood. If the second reading passes, the plan calls for the closing of 10 public streets, including Sam Rankin, Waco, and Houston. Neighbors are worried about the industrial encroachment into their own community. On Monday, neighbors gathered in Hillcrest to protest the vote. Few residents spoke over at Tuesday's meeting too, due to recent changes in the public comment rules.
I'm Stephanie Molina, your neighborhood news reporter in Kingsville. Police here are investigating the discovery of a baby girl found in a Walmart trash can. Detectives tell me what they know so far and who's charged. In a press release sent to Chris 6 News on Tuesday, KPD chief says his investigators reviewed surveillance video showing a young woman going into the store and entering a restroom where she stayed 40 minutes before leaving the store. But 30 minutes later, someone found the baby. Police will not name the young woman, but tells us she is 17 years old. Her father, 45-year-old Jerry Lee Martinez, is charged with abandoning or endangering a child. Police want anyone with any information they believe might be helpful in this investigation to give them a call at 361-592-4636. In Kingsville, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Stephanie Molina, Chris 6 News.
Stephanie, thank you so much. Now to the latest out of the Hill Country, where the death toll has now reached 134. Of those dead, 107 of those are from Kerrville, including 37 children after heavy rains flooded the Guadalupe River. The amount of people still missing in the aftermath of the flood is 101. As much as 6 to 10 inches of rain fell over central Texas over the weekend. Now, Pete Trevino and his pit, Big Bertha, are heading to the Hill Country. The duo will be there Sunday to cook for those affected by the floods. Trevino says he'll be giving out burgers, chips, and drinks for more than 600 people. The team is also looking for donations to help with food costs. You can find out how to donate on our website, KrisTV.com. And the Scripps News Group has organized a fund to help as well. Thanks to the generosity of so many viewers, Scripps has raised over $108,000 for relief efforts, including the EW Scripps $25,000 donation. Now, folks, if you would like to donate, make sure you scan the QR code on your screen or text flooding to 50155.
Following recent weather events, the Beeville Volunteer Fire Department is focused on training its firefighters to do water rescues. Tuesday, the entire fire department got hands-on experience using their 100-foot ladder truck to simulate a swift water rescue at Poesta Creek. Just imagine this road is underwater and someone is in need of saving. For this training, Assistant Fire Chief Kirk Delgado is the person who needs to be rescued.
The objective is try to get that bucket to here.
All this is in preparation for if and when the day comes they need to take action.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Wednesday. We made it to the halfway point of our work week here, and things are going to only get hotter for us, at least weather-wise. We're expecting our temperatures to really begin to increase as we head towards the second half of our work week at this point, and that's just going to be due to drier air now settling into the coastal bend by way of Saharan dust that's continuing to push its way into our area, giving us those now drier conditions. But what's going to maintain is those breezy winds still coming in from the southeast. Let's go ahead and get into our view first, taking a look at our Whataburger Field Skycam, getting a view of both of those harbor bridges. But we can see right now, sky-wise, things are off to a very cloudy start for us this morning, but I'll let you know now that cloud cover is not going to stick around as we head towards the later hour this morning, and certainly by this afternoon with that drier air, it's going to kind of wick away all that moisture. So moisture is also in form of clouds, so it's going to give us more sunny conditions as we look ahead towards the next few hours on this Wednesday. Right now, taking a look at those temperatures, things are sitting on the monkey side still, reaching towards those lower 80s for the highest value in terms of our air temperatures right now. I feel like temperatures reaching anywhere between those 80s or even approaching those lower 90s in areas like Rockport and over in the Bluff and over in Port Aransas this morning. So things are going to continue to heat up again, as I said, because of Saharan dust that's pushing its way here into the coastal bend, giving us drier conditions. So we can see it right now kind of sticking around throughout portions of South Texas. It's going to continue to extend and push its way further up north, just circling across our area until it begins to dissipate a bit as we look ahead towards around the evening time on our Thursday. And then all the remaining, I should say, Saharan dust will continue to push on out as we look ahead towards your Friday. But again, drier air is right now in place, as you saw those darker hues of yellow, maybe a little bit of tan coming into the map today. But moisture will begin to rebound as we look ahead towards late on your Thursday, going into your Friday. So we'll start to see a little bit more higher feel-like temperatures, and our temperatures somewhat regulate a bit as we head towards this weekend after we get over these hotter conditions that we're going to experience today and tomorrow. So again, more sunshine coming in by this afternoon, temperatures reaching nearby the lower to mid 90s by this afternoon. Wind speed still going anywhere between 15 up to 25 miles an hour. Wind gusts going nearby 30 miles an hour as we head towards this afternoon. But looking at your 7-day forecast here, things are going to still look kind of repetitive for us. We'll see that Saharan dust stick around again today and ahead for us tomorrow, and also those warmer temperatures approaching those mid to upper 90s towards the end of our work week, but things will still be on the sunny side.
I'm Joe St. George in Washington. It's no secret that owning a home isn't exactly easy these days with the price of real estate. So what has the Trump administration been doing lately to make that more of a reality for Americans? We go in depth next.
Welcome back, folks. It is 6:12 on your Wednesday morning. We're taking a live look from our What a Skycam. Turn around, looking at downtown Corpus Christi, looking pretty right now. Although it may be deceptively hot, that is. Already 80 degrees. We're going to be checking in with our meteorologist, Julie Quady, in just a little bit to take a look at your forecast for the rest of the week. But first, we head to Washington.
It's a story we continue to follow: the high cost of housing, interest rates, and in some cases, the lack of home availability to would-be buyers. Now, with 30-year mortgages again hovering close to 7%, you may be wondering if there's any relief in the future.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Scripps News Group's Joe St. George takes a closer look at recent changes by the Trump administration and the one big change that is expected very soon.
Millions of Americans find themselves living in something like this, a rental, an apartment for lease, even though they want to be under contract and actually own a home. So what has Washington been doing lately to try and make that more of a reality?
When we bought our first home, it was like $80,000.
And what are they going for now?
$450,000.
What Vicki Franklin recently told the Scripps News Group in Las Vegas is, in short, the issue confronting millions of Americans, and the country's elected leaders in Washington don't deny it. So what's being done?
Jerome Powell's been very bad for our country. We should have the lowest interest rate on earth.
One area is interest rates, which remains a major hindrance to home buying for many. President Trump has been sharpening his attacks on Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell in recent weeks. He's frustrated that the Fed hasn't cut rates since December. Meanwhile, in Europe, there have been 8 interest rate cuts in the last year. The Fed meets again at the end of the month, and Powell has said that tariff uncertainty is the reason for the pause. While President Trump hasn't attempted to fire Powell, he has openly talked about his term ending in May of next year. A replacement, more in line with President Trump's thinking, is expected to be named by the president in the coming months. Another area of policy change with home buying deals with credit scores. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac announced earlier this month a new policy of taking into account would-be home buyers' past history of paying rent on time.
Housing affordability is an issue in our country right now.
Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Scott Turner is not denying the housing crunch. In an interview with the Scripps News Group recently, he said he is prioritizing cutting regulations that he believes will result in more affordable homes being built.
Taking down regulations is of utmost importance.
Of course, not every policy in Washington has helped with the cost of housing. The National Association of Home Builders has warned how tariffs could raise the price of building a home. But Republicans in Congress believe the newly signed into law One Big Beautiful Bill will help. While the legislation did not include any down payment assistance programs, it did make permanent a deduction on mortgage interest, as well as brought back a deduction for some for private homeowners insurance. The legislation also allows for homeowners to deduct more of their state and local property taxes. Bill Connors is a first-time homebuyer from heavily taxed Southern California.
This bill has made it a lot easier for people to actually be able to afford a house.
Joe St. George, Scripps News Group, Washington.
Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. We made it to the midway point of our work week, and things are only going to get hotter and drier for us here in the Coastal Bend, and we'll definitely feel that waking up this morning, and for sure as we head towards this afternoon. I will be looking at above average temperatures coming into the forecast, but still what's going to linger in the area is going to be that haze. We saw that Saharan dust begin to move in yesterday. It's still going to be in place today, and we'll still have those winds gusting on by in a pretty fast pace as we look ahead towards this afternoon with those southeasterly winds. Let's go ahead and get into that forecast. First, taking a look at our view from Snoopy's Pier, sponsored by CCAC. Can see a little bit of haze and a lot of that cloud cover too. Having some partly cloudy skies waking up this morning, but I can tell you now that haze is still going to stick around heading towards this afternoon, but what's not going to is going to be that cloud cover. We'll start to see that begin to dissipate, eventually looking at mostly sunny conditions and then maybe full-blown sunny skies as we head towards this afternoon. Taking a look at what's going to offer those changes coming in the next few hours is going to be that Saharan dust that's still settling in to our area, giving us this drier air mass, and these hazy conditions are going to stick around ahead for us tomorrow. But then we'll start to see the Saharan dust by tomorrow evening on your Thursday begin to dissipate a bit, shifting its way further up north, clearing out of the Coastal Bend. So we'll be looking at less hazy conditions ahead for us on your Friday and carrying on over towards the start of your weekend. Looking at that moisture tracker, can see those darker hues of yellow, maybe a little bit of tan coming into the map today and for the start of your day tomorrow on your Thursday. With that drier air settling into the area, more moisture will begin to rebound and come back into the Coastal Bend as we look ahead towards your Friday into the weekend as the Saharan dust begins to dissipate. So we'll start to see our temperatures kind of regulate a bit, get closer to more normal as we look ahead towards your weekend. But waking up right now, sitting mostly towards those upper 70s to lower 80s, feel like temperatures approaching those lower 90s at this hour. Cloudy start for us this morning, but again, things will start to clear out with those drier conditions, so more sunshine ahead for us by this afternoon. Temperatures also reaching toward those mid 90s here in Corpus Christi, maybe approaching those upper 90s for inland neighborhoods as we head towards this afternoon too. Again, seeing those wind speeds going anywhere between 15 to 20 or even up to 25 miles an hour, with gusting upwards to 30 miles an hour as we head towards this afternoon. So overall, comfortable, slightly above average summer-like conditions here in the Coastal Bend that's going to extend into the forecast head for us tomorrow and on your Friday. Things will start to regulate a bit as it relates towards our temperatures, getting a little bit closer to normal ahead for us on this weekend as more moisture begins to rebound and come back into the area.
Seeing more sea turtles closer to the shore? I'm Erin Holly in Port Aransas explaining the do's and don'ts of when you see a jetty-trapped sea turtle.
Welcome back, folks. Well, it's the middle of the week and it might be time to restock that pantry, but how are the food prices looking right now? With all the looming tariffs around, we're keeping a close eye on those for you. We're taking a look at all of the retailers' websites locally as of this morning, folks. Starting off with a price of a carton of eggs. Third place, Target Good and Gather. That is $2.79. H-E-B comes in second place with their Hill County Fair. That is going to be $2.78. And then Walmart, that is the cheapest price we found. First place, $2.72. What about bread, right? Well, let's take a look. Target, third place, $1.49. H-E-B, second place, $1.30. Walmart, again, winner, $1.27. You can never beat that dollar French bread, though, can ya, folks? Take a look at milk now. H-E-B, third place, $2.72. Target, $2.69. And then Walmart, yet again, is the cheapest spot at $2.62 right there. So Target for ground beef is still the most expensive. They actually raised their prices by about 50 cents since last week. That's $6.49. H-E-B comes in second place. It's the same as it was last week, $4.98. And yet again, it looks like Walmart is the winner for grocery prices that we have looked at. $4.94 for that. As always, if you can find cheaper prices, might be worthwhile stocking up while you can.
Alrighty, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Right now, taking a live look outside of our First Community Bank Skycam atop the USS Lexington. Can make out some small hints of that sunrise just beginning to happen for us over in our skies, but it's kind of hard to view just because we're looking at mostly cloudy conditions to start us off this morning before that cloud cover begins to dissipate over the next few hours. Traffic flow is moving well on both of our bridges this morning, both harbor bridges, I should say specifically there. Let's go and take a look at our traffic flow maps, see what you can expect on other roadways now. We see things are moving well on the JFK Causeway going to and from the island, heading on over towards Flower Bluff. All clear on your drive heading on Waldron Road and Flower Bluff Drive. Just a little bit of medium speed that you'll see. That's kind of our usual here every morning once you get a little bit closer towards the gate at NES Corpus Christi. And heading on over to downtown, all clear on Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga with no traffic issues on any of those three roadways this morning. That's it for your traffic report, but details in your forecast coming up.
Partnering for a cause. I'm Ms. Trevino in Jim Wells County, and I'll show you how the community and Driscoll Children's Hospital are raising money to help children here in South Texas.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Wednesday and welcome on back. Right now we're taking a live view from our CCC Skycam over Snoopy's Pier, getting a view a little bit of that haze that's coming in thanks to that Saharan dust that's offering some dry conditions here in the coastal bend. Also, as you can see a small hint of that sunrise beginning to happen for us as well. Waking up this morning, if you're looking up in our skies, you're going to notice a little bit more cloud cover, but I promise you with that drier air settling on in, that's going to mean more sunshine as we head towards midday, and certainly by this afternoon, you're going to be looking at most sunny, if not completely sunny skies later on in the day. Let's go and take a look at what you can expect in your forecast today at a glance here. Again, like I mentioned, we got more sunshine on the way, mostly sunny skies as we head towards midday and by this afternoon. Also, along with those drier conditions coming into the coastal bend, that's also going to mean higher temperatures. So we're looking at temperatures reaching towards the mid-90s here in Corpus Christi, potentially the upper 90s for some inland neighborhoods as we look ahead towards this afternoon. Also, like I mentioned, that Saharan dust that's giving us that drier air. It's also going to translate towards dusty and hazy conditions in the coastal bend. We'll also see a continuation of those gusty winds coming in from the southeast. Sustained winds around 15 to 20, 25 miles an hour. Wind gusts upwards nearby 30 miles an hour by this afternoon. Right now, taking a look at our current conditions, things are still off towards a warm start, especially for areas that are along the coast. Temperatures reaching towards those upper 90s as it relates towards our feel like temperatures, air temperatures in those lower 80s, upper 70s going a little bit further inland for us this morning. But looking at Future Tracker, we can see when those clouds are going to begin to dissipate for us as we head towards around midday. Starting out this morning, looking at, again, some cloudy skies, but by 10, 11 o'clock this morning, a lot of that cloud cover is going to begin to push its way out of the coastal bend, looking at more sunshine by this afternoon for sure. We'll see an increase with our temperatures too, especially for inland neighborhoods. You're going to see your air temperatures approaching potentially eventually toward those upper 90s. Feel like temperatures across the board, though, into those triple digits. So all of us are still going to feel hot in the coastal bend, regardless if our air temperatures are in the low, mid to upper 90s. Feel like temperatures are still going to approach and reach beyond those triple digits by this afternoon. So taking a look at our forecast here in Corpus Christi, going to have a high temperature of 95 degrees, again over mostly sunny skies here. Still going to be hot and breezy with those winds coming from the southeast. Now, what's going to offer us, again, those dry conditions that I mentioned is going to be that Saharan dust that's still making its way to the coastal bend at this hour. Is going to continue to push its way across South Texas all throughout the day today into tomorrow, beginning to dissipate a bit as we look ahead towards your Thursday evening, then completely clearing out the Texas area by the time we look ahead towards your Friday morning and Friday evening. So then we'll be looking at a return of more moisture coming back to the coastal bend. So we'll see our temperatures somewhat get a little bit regulated as we head towards your weekend. But for now, drier air in place thanks to that Saharan dust. So that's why we're going to see an increase in our air temperatures today and in our forecast tomorrow and a little bit on your Friday. But with that moisture beginning to rebound, come back into the area, again, that's what's going to offer us a little bit more of our air temperatures getting closer towards average instead of being above average, as they are going to be towards the end of our work week here. Look at our forecast for our winds. Like I mentioned, going upwards nearby 15 to 20 miles an hour for those sustained winds. Wind gusts going upwards nearby 30 by this afternoon too. So it's kind of keeping us, like I mentioned yesterday, in this pattern of not seeing too much of a change in terms of our forecast still being sunny and warm and hot. Is going to be because of high pressure just steering and keeping us in more of this hotter weather pattern for now. But also high pressure is also steering the direction of what's happening in the tropics at this moment. So we're still, of course, monitoring that system that was at first yesterday on the eastern side of the Sunshine State, now starting to make its way to the northeastern Gulf Coast at this point, and it's going to continue to move its way more westward, eventually reaching nearby Louisiana. It's still expected to potentially intensify. Now looking at a 40% chance of development here. No impacts are expected for us in South Texas, maybe at the most, maybe seeing a bit of a deterioration in our beach conditions, potentially with some rip currents, but we'll get you more information on that as we have it. Look at your 7-day forecast. Still going to be hot, sunny, dusty, and hazy with more breezes on the way.
Alrighty, Julia, thank you so much. For this week's Veterans in Focus, the Small Town Museum has a big mission, preserving the stories of heroes who may have lived in your neighborhood. I'll show you how coming up after the break.
Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Hello, Chris 6 News.
Good morning.
Hi, I'm Luca Pollock, and this is Annabelle Fire Camp, and we want to wish you a good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen, over at the Annabelle Junior Fire Camp. Hope you have a great day, guys. And hey, folks, if you want to send in your own shout out, just scan that QR code you see on the screen or head on over to our website, christv.com.
This is Veterans in Focus, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community.
There's a small museum in Aransas Pass with a big mission to preserve the stories, sacrifices, and memories of local veterans. And now volunteers are stepping up efforts, not just to protect history, but to stay visible, stay relevant, and most importantly, stay open.
They're fascinating stories.
The Ingleside Regional Airport is home to the Maxine Flournoy Third Coast Commemorative Air Force Museum. It was relocated to this location from Alice about 9 years ago, but has been preserving the stories and memories of veterans for more than 20 years.
This one right here, Bob Patterson.
Captain Robert Patterson died in 2023 at 102 years old. He was a Pearl Harbor survivor, and like a lot of stories in the museum, his life has deep ties to the coastal bend.
I met him on the Lexington. He showed me right where he was on that day of Pearl Harbor. Not everybody is going to get to hear that.
People like Frances Sawyer are determined to keep these memories alive. And she's not alone. Volunteers like Charlotte Moncrief are just as passionate about making sure our heroes are remembered.
I would show people around, and so I learned a lot of the stories and met some of the families and some of the people that are here.
The former teacher's commitment goes beyond education. For her, it's also about the connection.
It's just a very important part of our history for them to know, and especially when they can associate it with people that were here locally.
Her husband, Robert Moncrief, volunteers too. He served in the Navy and says it's critical to honor those who put their lives on the line.
I didn't see any armed action. That part of the history is really important, that we
remember those guys that really served in battle.
But keeping a museum like this going takes resources, and they don't get state or federal funding.
It's all by donation.
That's why they host events year-round to raise money and keep the doors open and the stories safe.
It's very expensive.
I bet.
This part of the area has to be climate controlled.
So if you've never been, or if it's been a while, Sawyer hopes you'll stop by, learn something new, and hopefully walk away feeling a little more connected to people from our neighborhoods who served our country.
That's part of the legacy that we have to carry on here, is to try to let students have a feel of what local people did.
In addition, here's the deal, folks. Every first Saturday of the month, the museum hosts pancake breakfast to raise money for the museum. And next month, there will be a bowling tournament fundraiser. We have all the details on our website, christv.com.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Wednesday. We made it to the midway point of our work week. Let's go ahead and get into what you can expect your forecast at a glance here. We're looking at more sunshine coming into the mix. Starting off this morning cloudy though, but eventually it's going to see more sunny conditions by midday and by this afternoon as that drier air begins to settle in here into the coastal bend. Also with drier air, that also means warmer temperatures ahead for us by this afternoon too. We'll be reaching our afternoon high temperature here in Corpus Christi of 95 degrees. Other neighborhoods can maybe approach their afternoon high temperatures into the upper 90s in some neighborhoods by the end of today. But also we're looking at that Saharan dust coming into the area, giving us some more hazy conditions. And also our winds are still going to be coming in a bit of a gusty pace, going upwards of 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting upwards nearby 30 miles an hour. Now go ahead and take a look at our 7-day forecast here. If it wants to cooperate and pop up for me here, hopefully it does. Either way, we're going to be looking at our temperatures reaching towards the 90s across the board all throughout the rest of our work week, even heading towards this upcoming weekend.
From Chris 6, this is 20 minutes of non-stop news.
Hey there, welcome back, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes of non-stop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. We'll check in with meteorologist Julia Quady in just a bit. But first, the fight to protect Baffin Bay made its way to City Council. Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter Michaela Chavez spoke with neighbors that showed up to Tuesday's meeting.
The fight to protect Baffin Bay has now reached Corpus Christi City Council. I'm Michaela Chavez, your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter downtown. After learning about a groundwater desalination project that would plant its roots in Driscoll and pour its waste into Baffin Bay, several anglers and community members showed up here to voice their concerns.
It's going to affect everything.
Be prepared for the public to ask some tough questions.
Bay is not just short-sighted, it is reckless.
The only thing that Baffin Bay needs from us is to leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Several speakers, lots of emotions. Many who spoke during public comment addressed the contract between the South Texas Water Authority and Seven Seas Water that would allow 1 million gallons of waste a day to be discharged into Baffin Bay. And that number could also increase significantly if the city were to partner with the project. Some questioning the intent behind the project.
The city council, I mean, they vote on this stuff, and they've left us in the dark. They've left the citizens in the dark. They keep telling us we need water for residents, and it's not for residents, it's for industry.
Citizens you represent who are watching very closely are not okay with turning Baffin Bay into a dumping ground for corporate profit.
Those who spoke pointed out all kinds of concerns: environmental, economic, cultural, some even throwing out their own alternative ideas on how to get rid of the waste from the desal plant.
Creating wetlands with the discharge.
We're not against desal, but get rid of the brine in a more environmentally friendly way. Pump it offshore or deep well inject it.
Claiborne County Judge Rudy Madrid spoke to me on June 24th about the MOU passed from Corpus Christi City Council with the South Texas Water Authority. This is what he said.
And actually the discharge that comes off it is going to run into Baffin Bay, and it's going to be able to refresh Baffin Bay, bring it back to where its normal state was, something that we've been lacking for, 100 years.
Residents saying the opposite, saying Baffin Bay does not need saving because Mother Nature will take care of it on her own.
We don't need any fresh water in Baffin Bay. We don't need any chemicals. We don't need any metals. They need to leave our bay systems alone.
Anglers and community members are asking City Council to do their due diligence and have an environmental impact study done by a third party before moving forward with the project.
Rushing to an August 24th deadline without due diligence is more than irresponsible. It's a slap in the face to the very people you are elected to serve.
Mayor Paulette Guajardo responding briefly after one public comment.
I don't care what date is what written where. We have an obligation to do our due diligence, and that is happening.
Chris 6 will continue digging into the project, the contract, and what this means for the region. In downtown, I'm your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter, Michaela Chavez, Chris 6 Sunrise.
Please submit your vote.
City Council approved the first reading Tuesday to rezone parts of Hillcrest. One case to light industrial, another to heavy, with plans to close 10 public streets, including Sam Rankin, Waco, and Houston, if the second reading passes.
You are making them feel as if they don't matter, as if they don't count. They are the ones that lived there, that started there, and we need to honor them.
I could not be in good conscience put somebody's house next to a light industrial area.
Somebody needs to do something.
The day before the vote, neighbors rallied in Hillcrest, hoping to stop what they see as more industrial invasion into their community.
I'm Stephanie Molina, your neighborhood news reporter in Kingsville. Police here are investigating the discovery of a baby girl found in a Walmart trash can. Detectives tell me what they know so far and who's charged.
In a press release sent to Chris 6 News on Tuesday, KPD chief says his investigators reviewed surveillance video showing a young woman going into the store and entering a restroom where she stayed 40 minutes before leaving the store. But 30 minutes later, someone found the baby. Police will not name the young woman, but tells us she is 17 years old. Her father, 45-year-old Jerry Lee Martinez, is charged with abandoning or endangering a child.
Police want anyone with any information they believe might be helpful in this investigation to give them a call at 361-592-4636. In Kingsville, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Stephanie Molina, Chris 6 News.
Following recent weather events, the Beeville Volunteer Fire Department is focused on training its firefighters to do water rescues.
Tuesday, the entire fire department got hands-on experience using their 100-foot ladder truck to simulate a swift water rescue at Poesta Creek. Just imagine this road is underwater and someone is in need of saving. For this training, Assistant Fire Chief Kirk Delgado is the person who needs to be rescued.
The objective is try to get that bucket to here.
All this is in preparation for if and when the day comes they need to take action.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Heading out the door, you're going to see mostly a lot of cloud cover in our skies right now. But by the time we head towards midday and by this afternoon, we'll be looking at gradually more sunny conditions as drier air settles into the coastal bend by way of Saharan dust. So along with that, we'll also see some warmer temperatures that will be slightly above average. So things are going to feel a little bit more spicy as we head towards this afternoon too. Right now, let's go and take a look at our view from Soupy's Pier, sponsored by CCAC. We can see a couple cars going on over on the JFK Causeway this morning. But again, focusing on those skies, things are a bit hazy, and again looking at some cloud cover still hanging on right now at this moment before things begin to dissipate ahead for us by midday and by this afternoon. But right now, taking a look at the Saharan dust at our tracker here, we can see it lingering across South Texas, going to continue to circle its way on in, pushing up further up north. By the time we head towards your Thursday evening, we'll start to see that dust begin to break apart and dissipate for us, at least here in the coastal bend, before it completely clears out most of the Lone Star State as we look ahead towards your Friday. So we'll see some improvement in that haze as we look ahead towards the end of our work week, going towards your weekend. But that drier air is here, as you saw those patterns of yellow, maybe a little bit tan coming into the map for us today and tomorrow. Maybe a little bit more green coming into the map with more moisture starting to rebound and come back to the coastal bend as we look ahead towards your Friday. So it's going to kind of regulate our conditions a bit, bring us back to more normal high temperatures ahead for this weekend. But right now, things are going to be on the hotter side, waking up towards those upper 70s to lower 80s right now, with those air temperatures approaching towards those 90s as it relates towards where our feel-like temperatures are, especially for areas and neighborhoods that are along the coast. Looking at our planner here again, starting out a bit cloudy, then seeing a less of that cloud cover and beginning to decrease by the time we head towards this afternoon. Going to see those temperatures reaching towards those 90s, mid-90s for our afternoon high temperature here in Corpus Christi. Also, our winds still clocking nearby 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusty still reaching towards those 30-mile-an-hour wind speeds with those wind gusts by this afternoon too, then decreasing towards those teens later on into the late nighttime hours. Rain chances are still abysmal, not expecting anything in terms, especially with those drier conditions coming into the mix now. Rain chances are not going to be likely at all for us here in the coastal bend. So we're still being kind of dominated by this upper level pattern in terms of high pressure still circling in, keeping us in with those hotter temperatures and more sunshine in the mix. And that's just going to be in our extended forecast all throughout the area in the next 7 days. And also we're still continuing to track the tropics where nothing looks to be impacting us here in the coastal bend for now.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
All right, folks, it is that time. Here are the 6 things that we've compiled that you need to know before you head out the door.
The death toll from the devastating flooding that hit the Hill Country on the 4th of July has now reached 134. Now, of those dead, 107 of those are from Kerrville, including 37 children after heavy rains flooded the Guadalupe River. The amount of people still missing in the aftermath of the flood is 101. As much as 6 to 10 inches of rain fell over central Texas over the weekend.
Well, Vice President J.D. Vance is headed to Pennsylvania today, where he's expected to deliver a speech on the big, beautiful bill. Vance played a critical role in the bill's passage, casting the tie-breaking vote in the Senate after 3 Republicans voted against the legislation. That legislation was signed into law by President Trump on July 4th.
The Pentagon announced yesterday it's withdrawing 2,000 National Guard troops from Los Angeles. The troops were sent to LA last month to help law enforcement deal with demonstrations over immigration raids. The Guard deployment happened over the objections of city leaders and California Governor Gavin Newsom. 2,000 Guard members and 700 Marines are still on duty in the city.
Corpus Christi city leaders are concerned about the integrity of ongoing business relations with OVG. That's the group that manages the American Bank Center. We reported its CEO is facing legal issues for alleged bid rigging in August. City leaders are now questioning the group as well as the potential costs terminating their contract with them, which expires in 2027. OVG is expected to present an update on where they stand with the current American Bank Center contract on August 15th.
Today, neighbors have a chance to get a free auto checkup for their vehicles through the Auto Check program. Auto Check is a program offered by the Pollution Prevention Partnership at TAMUCC, along with the Port of Corpus Christi. And they offer free vehicle emissions testing, gas cap tests, and diagnostic scans for more check engine lights. The drive-up service is free and open to the public starting at this morning at 9 o'clock at the Goodwill Airs Clearance Store that's located at 4135 Air Street.
And don't forget, Corpus Christi Animal Care Services is having their Summerfest Adoption Special. For the entire month of July, adoption fees will be waived. Adoptions include a microchip, spay or neuter, and age-appropriate vaccines. Stop on by Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. to find your new four-legged companion. Animal Care Services is located at 2626 Holly Road.
Hey there, good morning. Now taking a live look outside of our Skycam overtop SPID. You can make out those somewhat hazy and cloudy conditions right now, waking up, getting your morning started, but we'll see a little bit more sunshine over the course of our day. Focusing on that traffic flow, things are moving pretty well, heading on SPID in both directions. You can see a lot more folks are hitting those roadways, though, getting their morning started on this Wednesday. Let's go and take a look at the rest of those traffic flow maps and what you can expect on other roadways getting your day started here. Moving on Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga, all 3 of those roadways are moving well right now this morning with no traffic hiccups or issues right now. Moving on over to Flower Bluff, all clear on Waldron Road. Just one small patch of a median speed heading on Flower Bluff Drive. Other than that, things are still looking to be moving pretty well. And then heading on to the JFK Causeway, going to and from the island. Again, looking at easy driving conditions to get you started on this Wednesday morning. That's it for Traport. More details of your forecast coming up.
I'm Alyssa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in Jim Wells County. Many gathered at the auction barn to support Driscoll Children's Hospital and their continued efforts to care for children right here in the Coastal Bend. For 35 years, the Jim Wells County community and the Driscoll Children's Hospital have been partnering in the annual Cattlemen Roundup. As part of the fundraiser, 4-H kids sold home baked goods, home decor, and farm and ranch supplies. Because the hospital is a nonprofit, they need donations from the community to continue their life-saving measures. Over the years, the Cattlemen's Roundup has helped raise more than $4 million. This year, all the money raised will go towards the hospital's critical care transport team.
A couple of friends tell me they found a sea turtle trapped in the jetties, and they called Chris 6 News for help. I took these beachgoers' concerns to the Amos Rehabilitation Keep to find out what people should do when coming across a jetty-trapped sea turtle. Dudley and his friend didn't know about the sea turtle rescue hotline, but other beachgoers told them to call several rescue groups around the area. The Amos Rehabilitation Keep in Port Aransas responded to their call. Like Dudley, many people want to step in and help distressed turtles. However, it is illegal to touch a sea turtle under the Endangered Species Act. You can only touch a sea turtle if you've spoken to a rescue agency and if they think it's in the best interest of the animal until they get there. If you find a jetty-trapped sea turtle, call the number on your screen immediately.
All right, folks, on to what's trending now. One of the coolest big screen weapons of all time is expected to bring some big bucks at an auction. That's right, Darth Vader's lightsaber. The actual prop used in The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi is part of the prop store's next entertainment memorabilia live auction. The pre-sale estimate, $1 to $3 million. And of course, you can see right there other items you can bid on is Harrison Ford's bullwhip and belt from Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, Sauron's helmet right there from Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, and the Neuralizer from Men in Black. The auction is September. For more, you can visit PropStoreAuction.com. Hey, can I bid on Vader's lightsaber? Can I? Come on, Michelle.
I mean,
come on. Come on.
I didn't know either. Yeesh.
Super cool. And I know I can 3D print my own, but just having that lightsaber, so freaking cool.
Does it have to be Darth Vader specifically, though? What if it was like Anakin Skywalker? I'm trying to name off names that I think are Star Wars.
You know, Anakin and Vader are the same person, though. So.
Oh! See, this is what happens when I try to think Star Wars.
You and I are right here.
Thank you, Julia. Let's talk about the weather now, because that's what we kind of know, or more you than me.
But yeah, things are going to be getting hotter for us here in the Coastal Bend, certainly by this afternoon, as we have drier air settling into the Coastal Bend. Taking a look at our Whataburger Field sky cam, we're pointed over to the Old Harbor Bridge. We can kind of see hints of that sunrise over beyond in our skies right now, kind of being covered up a little bit by our cloudy conditions that are going to be in the forecast throughout our early morning hours. But by the time we head towards midday and by this afternoon, look at more sunny conditions at that point. Mostly sunny conditions, I should add, too. Looking at our current temperatures, things are still warming up, getting towards those upper 70s to lower 80s. Upper 70s for inland neighborhoods, lower 80s areas a little bit more closer towards the coast, and feel like temperatures also approaching those lower 80s to 90s for some areas as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at our dog walking forecast. Introducing our star for today, we got Oreo. Maybe expecting some nice beach conditions for now in the forecast, and I can tell Oreo he's right to expect that. Things are going to be very calm for us here in the Coastal Bend and quiet overall. Just going to be on the hotter side though as we look ahead towards the end of our second half of the work week. Waking up though, getting our morning started. Like I noted, we got some clouds in our skies that will eventually begin to dissipate, allowing for mostly sunny and maybe even sunny conditions as we head towards this afternoon around lunchtime. Temperatures will also increase, starting us out towards those lower 80s, eventually getting to the upper 80s by 10 o'clock in the morning. They're approaching those lower 90s by lunchtime as well. Wind speeds going upwards nearby 15 to 25 miles an hour, gusting up to 30. So still looking at a continuation of those breezy conditions that we've been seeing pretty much every day so far this week. Now again, looking at mostly sunny conditions by this afternoon, looking at an afternoon high temperature of 95 degrees as well. So you can expect conditions to be really nice and summer-like. You still just want to make sure you're erring on the side of caution, though, just because I think there's going to be so hot air temperature and feel like temperature-wise here across the Coastal Bend. Looking at our feel like temperatures by 4:30 this afternoon across the coastal bend, all of us are going to be well into those triple digits. So again, just make sure you're being extra cautious on the front of these hotter conditions and temperatures that are going to be on the way just because of the Saharan dust giving us slightly above average high temperatures as we look ahead towards this afternoon. Now, the Saharan dust is going to give us some haze, of course. It's going to continue to linger on into our area throughout the day tomorrow, clearing out by the time we look ahead towards your Friday. So things will start to clear out. We'll start to see a little bit more of a rebound of moisture by the time we head towards your weekend. But right now, things are going to be dry across the coastal bend today and tomorrow, seeing some moisture come in by your Friday and ahead for this upcoming weekend. So things are going to be in for pretty humid conditions ahead, but right now, again, things are going to be dry. Still going to have those air temperatures slightly above average today and tomorrow. Temperatures start to even out a bit for us this weekend with that return of moisture back into the mix.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much. Really appreciate that one. 90 degrees. Better cool down, folks. Get that AC running.
We like that weather. It's good for us.
Happy Wednesday, folks. We'll see you later.